Our first student speaker, I have to walk over here, sorry, to make sure I get the name correct. Uh, we have Kareen Maloney here to tell the story. I've actually heard this story about a couple months ago, and it's one of the reasons that I'm involved with the college and continue to give back to the foundation. So I'm very excited for you guys to hear her story as well. Kareen?
A bright yellow glow with its hot, brilliant rays, feeling the warmth of it and a balmy gust of air. The scents in the salty sweet breeze as it whips across my face, the peace and pure pleasure of it. Complete joy envelops me like a blanket on a cold night. I glance now at my feet, at the sandy jewels between my toes, so bone white, softly glistening. I hear you, see you, such an unending, angry, frothy, foamy body of rolling water being chased by a blue-green reflection. I look up and I see an almost cloudless sky. I think I'll sit here for a while, watch time float by, breathe, and just sigh. Who do you think would mind? I am home. That's just a picture of Jamaica, where I'm from. This poem I wrote is titled Sunrise at Home. I was born the daughter of a functional literate father and a mother who only got us close to a sixth grade education. Jamaica is a beautiful country with many challenges and few opportunities. And my father thought it best and believed that an education for a girl was a delusion of grandeur. Those are not his words, they're mine, because that's exactly how I thought he felt. He said, you need to get a job and a husband, and I believed him, and that I did. I worked in the airline industry for 23 years, and I'm still working in it. And when I migrated here 3 years ago, I decided to make a deal with the proverbial devil, as you say, by saying I'd stay home for 6 months. I'd give my family. I am a mother and a wife. I have 3 children, 19, 10, and 6. The girl is the last one, 6 years old. And I said I'd stay home, 6 months I'd give it. I didn't last 3 months. I was going crazy. I said I need an education, and I need to work. I need to keep moving, and I need to see my dreams. At the time, I didn't know what those dreams were, but I figured I love people, and I know how to take care of them, and I think I have a gift and a talent, and I need to find what that is. So I decided to do the medical field, and I said, nursing looks like it's going to be good. And I asked everywhere I went, to every doctor's office, when we were just finding out where we were situated and finding out who was going to be our provider. And I said, if you were going to go to school for nursing, where would you go? And they all said Highline Community College. I never regretted that choice, and I haven't to this day. I started out thinking that I was just going to become an RN. Over the last year, that has changed. It has evolved. It has grown in leaps and bounds with the ideas that have been put in my head, the seeds that have been planted, being made clear to me that you're much more than just an RN. We think you can aspire to do much more than that. I discovered that I wanted to do teaching in RN, in nurse. I discovered that I liked mentoring my fellow students. I discovered that there was so much more to being here at Highline than just chasing the 4.0 with my head down. I got involved. With that being said, it is not without the support of the faculty and the student services that are here that have helped me over the last year to evolve as a student that I've become. I am involved with TRIO. I'm involved with MISA. For those who are not these student services. Misa is math, engineer, and science. Never thought I'd be a science student. But Shara looked at me and said, you are a perfect combination of what humanities and science is all about. And you're not just going to stay here and get your AA, you're going to actually go to a 4-year institution. So I'm on the track towards transferring to a university for next year. I still have a lot of work here to do at Highline. The teachers that have influenced me over the past have been many. But if it wasn't for Vicky Robb, as you can tell, I can speak. And she said that to me. She said, you have a natural talent. You need to explore this. And that I'm grateful for because she planted a seed. Teresa Masimoto Maxwell said to me, you have a talent in writing. The poetry you've given me, you need to write a book. It needs to be published. I never thought I could do that. I am in the midst of compiling my poetry to be published. Dr. Jennifer Jones taught me that geography is not just about place and space, it's about people and culture, and I was to embrace mine. I recently started my honors class because I'm an honors student. Never thought that was possible. Me, a struggling C student? I am actually holding a 3.8 GPA currently. I did say I'm a working mother, student. I work 3 jobs. I work in the airline industry and I have for 23 years and still am. I am a certified nurse's assistant thanks to Linda Harris, who when my second quarter here at Highline looked at me and said, I would hire you to take care of my mother. The ultimate compliment. She sealed my fate in nursing. And then in my biology classes that I've been taking, Joyce Strohmeyer looks at me and says, biology is in everything, and I think you're going to be a fantastic charge nurse. I never got involved with Head Start, but I had a conversation with my son when I discovered that there's a program called Head Start. And I said to my son, who is 10 years old, you're doing Head Start. He looked at me, doesn't have a clue what Head Start is. I said, you're going to be an honor student. You're going to graduate college, you're going to graduate university, and I tell him that every day. And he looks at me and says, okay, is it cougars or huskies? I had no clue what he was talking about. I was just glad that he had a clue what he wanted to do. In Barbara Clinton's honors class, I'm learning that I have a story to tell. And every day, I've started to tell that story in different ways. When I spoke at the legislative breakfast months ago, I introduced myself as the daughter of a literate, functional literate father. And education was important to me. And I realized that it's not just my education, it's my children's education. I am breaking a cycle, a pattern, starting something new. And it's not just my children, my children's children. I had a conversation with my daughter who is 6 and it's left something with me. Every time she comes to me, she'll say, Mommy, can I have money for something? I says, no, I need every penny I got towards my education. And I didn't know she was actually listening to what I said until one morning when I did an all-nighter at work after being at school in the morning and going straight to work. And I heard a conversation beside my bed. She hasn't read my notes. She hasn't read my notes. I said, okay, I'm awake. She gave me her note. And on it said, Mom, since, and she spelled since, S-E-N-S-E, phonetically, you have no money, I'm going to give you some of mine. It was 10 pennies. I looked at the 10 pennies, I looked at the note, and it's not so much the act of what she did, it's that she sat down and she showed me that learning was important to her, that she could sit unsupervised and write a note to give me, to tell me she heard me, and that my education was important. And for that, I am humbled. I'm making a difference in my life and in hers. And I realized that this future is bigger than me. This is just one story of the many that walks this campus. And there are many other Kareens, Johns, Alices that need the support and help if they can get it. In my culture, they always say it takes a village. What I like to say, it takes a community to educate them. And we need your support, each and every one of you, to make it happen. I would like to, at this point, reintroduce myself. I'm Kareen Maloney, future nurse educator, writer, speaker, and mentor. Thank you.